In the dead of night, Asim jolted awake, the stillness of his room unnerving. He glanced at his phone, 3 a.m., the hour of silence he had come to cherish while living alone. A sudden, persistent knock echoed through the quiet, breaking the peace Asim had grown to love. As a man who valued solitude, he wasn't used to unexpected visitors, especially not at midnight. Annoyingly, Asim muttered, "Who on earth would visit me at this hour?" as he stumbled toward the door. He peered through the old peephole, but there was no one in sight. The hallway was empty, with no surprise guests or neighbors in sight. "Probably just a kid playing a prank," Asim muttered as he shut the door. He chuckled, imagining a prankster, and went back to bed. But as soon as his head hit the pillow, the knock came again, persistent and oddly rhythmic. Determined, Asim returned to the door and checked the peephole again. What he saw shocked him awake more than any coffee ever could. At the door stood himself. But this version was twisted, with a grin so dark and creepy, it sent a chill through his bones. The doppelganger drummed its fingers on the door, grinning like a twisted performer. "What the hell?" Asim gasped, stumbling backward in panic. The knocking continued, fast and rhythmic, like a jack-in-the-box ready to pop. Then, it spoke, and what seemed impossible turned chilling. "You locked me out, Asim. Let me in," the voice demanded. The voice sounded distressingly similar to his own, as if the words were tainted with déjà vu. Real fear grasped at him, turning his insides to jelly. Hyperventilating, Asim took off down the hallway, slamming his bedroom door. Hiding in his room, Asim pressed against the door, his breath sharp and quick. The knocks had stopped, leaving only a haunting silence, and the stillness felt worse than the noise. The silence was broken only by the groan of the hinges as his bedroom door slowly creaked open. Asim's heart sank. This was no longer just a disturbance, but something far worse. In the midst of the terror, a strange thought crossed his mind. If his own face could think, it probably found him ridiculous, frozen like a deer caught in headlights. But that thought vanished as the door creaked open wider, revealing the dark, empty hallway behind him.